Perhaps the most exciting issue that has come forward is that it's very clear that the SDGs give us a fabulous normative framework for shaping the work on tenure and user rights. And that is very, very good, because then we have a way forward to work with the tenure and user rights, which are going to be different in different contexts, in different fisheries, in different regions of the world. And so, despite all those local differences, we still have an overarching framework. Well, we do have to do the operational cleanup from the conference and the proceedings. We are going to be using this conference to create the foundation for a database that looks at all different types of existing rights-based fisheries management systems around the world. And so all of a sudden we now have some 75 case studies from almost 40 countries that can show the differences. What is perhaps unique about this is that all these case studies have been based on people responding to the same questionnaire. And so that we are also going to be having questionnaires available in the database, so that if people want to ask a question of how have women and youth been considered in fisheries around the world, they can go look at the answer to that question in all these different case studies. And so I think that's a very exciting development to make sure that it becomes a living and usable database and not just something where we store all the information. We've become a little smarter. Fish Rights 99 was very much an industrial, private, capitalistic focused conference. And that's what most of the rights-based systems were at that time in the Western world. But it ignored the many customary and traditional systems that exist around the world. And so people said, well, we've missed the millions of small-scale fisher folk and their stories and their systems and their ways of managing fisheries, which are based on their rights. In 2006, with the allocation issues, we were starting to talk about who gets what, but still in a very Western way. As we've moved more recently to User Rights 2015 and now 2018, we're realizing that there's a much bigger story and there's much more rich information around the world that we have to pull together. And that's what we're trying to do now, and that's why this is the first step, because there's so much more to learn. I still think, although we have the SDGs as a normative framework, we still actually need voluntary guidance that then helps shape how we can do this at the global level, but with regional nuances, so that it's not one size fits all, and it's not even one size fits everyone in one region, but we need to be able to start bringing those things out. And if we can move this agenda forward, we will need the mandate from our members for doing that work. And so hopefully in the next 2 and then 4 years, we can get that mandate so that we can seek the necessary resources to actually do very much on the ground work with the people who really matter.
Thank you so much.